Hi everyone, this video is to show you how to put together this free motion embroidery cushion cover using William Morris flowers. We've got a nice blue at the bottom and then you've got your own freestyle stitching in between. So I have a kit available. I'll just show you what's in the kit. So in here you will get your Madeira black thread. You have a colour instruction leaflet or step by step showing you how to put together your cushion. Got your blue border fabric, your William Morris fabric. This is your calico for your cushion background and your cushion back pieces, which will then become an envelope cushion cover. You also have your tearaway stabilizer, and lastly is your bonder web. So I'm going to show you step by step how to construct a cushion like this. Okay, so step one, in your kit you have a strip of calico. In your instructions it would tell you what to cut out of that calico. Once you've got your square front, and you've got your blue fabric, you're going to decide where you want it, flip it over, and we're just going to stitch along here. Okay, so just stitch your blue panel on, seam allowance roughly the edge of your foot to the edge of the fabric, which is about 5-6 millimeters. Don't forget to reverse, and you want to stitch straight across your blue panel. Keep it nice and straight. Do use pins if you need to use pins to hold it in place. And just stitching across. Now your fabric, your blue fabric might be slightly bigger. Get to the end and then just trim your excess off. Once you've done that, let's get it back onto the iron board and iron that in place. Okay, so just get this nice and flat. Give it a good press so it becomes part of your calico piece and part of your cushion here. Okay, now ready for our bonder web pieces. Okay, so once that's done, let's just pop that out of the way. And we're going to grab your fabric. So your fabric will come in bigger pieces. I'm just going to show you how to use the bonder web. So when you decide what flower or leaf that you want, grab your bonder web and just cut enough to go around your piece. So you've got a rough side and a smooth side. It's rough side down onto your fabric. All right, give that a good press. Obviously your piece will be bigger to cover your flower. I just wanted to show you how you're going to be using your bonder web. Once that's ironed on, you then cut your flower out. So it will, I did a leaf here and I've started cutting around. Now again, it doesn't need to be neat, it doesn't need to be really up to your flower. You can leave a little blue border, so it's all part of the look that you're going to get once this is all stitched in place. So you could take your time and cut as many leaves, flowers out that are on your fabric. So I'm just going to quickly go around this just so that you can see what to do next. So maybe there. Okay, one last bit. Right, okay, so it would look something like that. Okay, now on your fabric piece that you've prepped, you're going to decide where you want your flowers. Now in your pack you will have a template of my design that I've done, and you'll just need to sellotape it together to give yourself a bigger template. You would put that underneath and trace through, but you can also do your own. So this one is just going to be slightly different to the original one. I just wanted to show you that you can draw whatever you like, however you like on here. So I'm just going to extend that, and I'm just going to extend my little flower here like that, so it comes onto the blue. So we're including the blue fabric as well. So the leaf, I'm going to tear the back. Right, so remember I said if you can't peel it, just tear it. So it looks like it's torn like that, and then the paper tears, you're able to just peel away, and you will see, I don't know if you can see, there's a slight residue, and that's your glue that's going to be ironed onto your backing fabric. Okay, so we're just going to peel that off into pieces. Just like that. Okay, and then decide where you want it. Now, like I said, you can pre-plan everything, or you do it how you like, really. Just play around with it, decide where you want your flowers. Now, you also might decide, well, actually, I don't want this part here, so you can cut that bit off and add it. You might then decide you want to add this further on here. So you really can just make this your very own. So I think I quite like it like that. So I'm going to iron those pieces in place now. Okay, so just get your iron. It doesn't need steam, just a dry iron, dry hot iron, and then that sticks to your fabric. Okay, so there we go. Right, so I'm going to add another bit of stalk here, just to sort of continue the flow. And again, like I said, you can add as much or as little as you like to this. Now you're probably wondering, what am I drawing with? So I'm just going to show you, this is an aqua marker, and it washes off. If you didn't want to wash your cushion straight away, you can get a wet brush, something like this, or a bit of water and a bit of brush, and just dab that blue away. So it will come off once you've stitched on it. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that quickly. Let me just iron that back. And I'm going to mark back in my line. Okay, so I think I am ready to stitch, and so I'll show you the setting on the free motion, and how to set that up. Okay, so free motion embroidery, you will need a free motion embroidery foot. Again, it doesn't come with all machines, but do look your machine up before you purchase one. So we need to drop our feed dog, which I'll show you in a minute. So what I need to do is unscrew this and take my whole presser foot off. So I'm just going to do that now. Is unscrew it and just use your fingers. You can get them in there. That's it. It's a bit fiddly. There we go. So, there we go. That comes off. And this needs to go on. So you have a hook here and a little bar that sticks out here. That bar needs to sit on top of your needle bar here where the screwdriver is, and then it hooks around the back to the front, and you can see where the screw hole is. Your screw will go back into there. But to make things easy, I'm going to put my screw in first, just so it catches. Right. So just for it to catch like this. Of course, it's one of those times that it doesn't. Oh, here we go. No. Oh, got it. Okay, right. So get your screw on and then hook your embroidery foot back in place, and it's so much easier to tighten up your screw then. So I'll just get that tightened up and I'll show you the feed dog on this machine. So just grab my little screwdriver and get that tightened up here. It's quicker to just tighten it up with your fingers and then do the last bit of tightening with the screwdriver. Make sure it's on tight. There we go. So down here is your feed dog. It's the teeth that feeds your fabric. Now on this machine, I'm just going to turn it around. You will see a little slider here that you just move over and it drops the teeth there. Okay. Right, so your machine now is set up for free motion embroidery. Okay, so I use black thread, as you all know. Those who know me know that I like my black embroidery thread. But before we start, you need to stabilize the back of your fabric. So this is your tearaway stabilizer. Open it out and just lay your cushion on top. So if I do that now. Right, so now we are ready, almost, my thread's come out, to, there we go, to start our embroidery. So get your fabric in and let's do our flower here first. Now, as you can see, the flower has quite a lot of pattern on it. And I think beforehand, just so you don't get lost, you can sort of decide where you want to go with this. So you can either mark it with a marker. I'm going to just take it along the petals here to begin with. And actually, I might just take it round this centre bit here. Okay, so in we go. Make sure your presser foot is down. And we start with our needle in here like this. Okay, so off we go. Now a couple of stitches in the same place. Okay, and then you're moving the fabric. So I'm just going to follow this centerpiece here. And again, like I've said many times, it doesn't have to be neat. The idea for this is that it's sketchy and it's all part of your free motion stitching. So I'm just going to go around now. I'm going backwards and I can't quite see where I'm going, so I'm going to lift up my presser foot, move the whole thing round. That's it. Now I'm coming forward and I can see exactly where I want to go. So do move your fabric round if you can't see, but don't move it round while you're stitching. Okay, so do stop and move that round. I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, right, and we carry on. Again, I don't want to go backwards, so I'm going to lift up and turn it round so I can see where I'm going. Don't forget you can go sideways as well, like this. And I'm going to go over the whole thing twice, and actually, you see, if you do it sideways, you're not having to stop and turn around. Again, just take your time, but do make sure that your hands and feet are sort of as coordinated as possible. Okay, so we're just going to go around, finish this centre flower bit off. Until you get back to where you started. Okay. Okay, so you can see here, I've done some of the centre, but I want to show you how much or how little you decide you want to sew. So I've gone down some of the little lines here, and I've done this my centre flower here, and I've also gone round some of the petals here. So how much you do is really up to you. You might decide you want to do every single line on the cushion, on the flower. You know, again, up to you how much you do. It's your cushion, you make it how you want to make it. So we're going to now, on our actual cushion, we're just going to show you some of the leaves here. Okay, so back to our sewing machine. We're going to now stitch down and around this leaf here, just so you can sort of see the difference between stitching on printed fabric and then back on the calico. And don't forget, you have got stabilizer underneath, so it should hold your stitches. Make sure the stabilizer covers the whole of your cushion. You can tear it away, this one, so the cushion doesn't need to be stiff at the end. Okay, off we go. So a couple of stitches in the same place, and then off you go. Now remember, it doesn't matter if you come off your line, because no one else is going to know. Okay, so because that will disappear. So I'm going to go round and then back up. I like to do everything twice. As you can see, that I've deliberately come off my blue line there, just to make the shape better. So, okay, keep going. And you're going to come back around. And then you can decide whether you're going to go back round again or you're going to do the rest and then repeat. So I like to do what I've just done first, like this. So I'm going to go back round. I'm going to go straight up through the middle, up here. Okay. So as I come back down, I'm going to do my lines on the side here. Okay. And just because you've drawn it in, doesn't mean that you have to follow it. You can just make it up as you go along. Okay, that's the fun part. Okay, and one more. And then down, just going to go up and colour that centre bit in, and then we're going to be done. There we go. Okay, so you will keep going straight over our blue here. Okay, and we're going to go this way. And you will treat it no different to being on your calico. If anything, you want it to look like it's one piece. So just take that round. Okay, and we're going to carry on back down here. So, and get back onto blue and then repeat. So it's no different sewing on the blue as it is on the cream calico. Okay. Once you finish stitching, this is the back of my cushion, and you can see I've done quite a lot, and I've left my tear away on here. Now you don't have to, you can literally tear the tearaway away. That's what it's called. If you want to keep your cushion soft, that's fine. You can tear it away before you put your cushion cover together. So to do your envelope, there are instructions in the booklet. You have 2 rectangles. You will hem both edges of your rectangle pieces and then overlap and stitch round. So, but more details are in the instructions of how to do that. And I'm hoping that once you're happy with your design and you've made up your cushion, that you can send me a picture. Hope you enjoy your kit. And again, you can do this with whatever fabric that you have. Make your cushion your own.